Hello, I'm Simon Bather and I'm going to give you a video tour of the Etall Allotments here on the Pigeon Lane site. The site is situated on the south side of Etwall in a very pleasant part of the village, surrounded on three sides by houses with a field on the remaining side. It's a large plot with 37 individually let allotments, and we have a number of those free, and I'll be showing you the 6 that are free in a moment or two. There is a notice board on my right hand side where we can put up signs for allotment holders, warnings, advice about things, or for instance there's a notice up about where you can get a barrow load of manure to help fertilise your plot. We are looking east over the allotments. As we swing south over the southern half of the allotments you get a feel for what the site is like. Now we're looking west and moving on to the northern half of the allotments. The soil is very sandy and very stony. It is very free draining but does need a lot of added organic material. You can see here how friable it is. There's 3 standpipes like this one here to supply water to the site. The price of the water is included in your rent. This is a map of the site, with the north is at the top of the page, south is at the bottom, and you can see all the various allotment numbers and their location. So bear this in mind when I show you the plots in a minute or two. The first plot is 7A. As you can see, it has been partially covered with plastic, but even so, a lot of weeds have taken hold and will require a fair amount of effort to get it workable. It does have a large number of fruit canes on it, so raspberries and so on will be readily available as the season moves into summer and then into autumn, and you can see the general state of the plot. It is close to. This is plot 9A. As you can see, a big chunk in the centre has been well covered with meshing and plastic, and so that part will be weed free. You can see rhubarb in the foreground, so you'd get an early crop of rhubarb if you wished. And at the far end you can see a large number of fruit bushes. This is rather untidy at the moment, but there are raspberry canes, fruit trees, and I will show you the gooseberries forming in a minute, so you should be able to get crop of fruit this year. This is plot 10A. It has sheeting down, put down by the previous tenant, hence the amount of weed on it is fairly low. There are various compost heaps and other things that need to be tidied up. However, it does look in reasonable condition to work fairly quickly. This is plot 14B. It was worked until 2019. It has been cleared with the use of weed killer and so on, and is in a state where a reasonable effort will get this workable. It has a large clear section in the middle. The only problem with the site is that it's on the southern edge and it gets a lot of shade from trees. This is plot 15A. It was worked up until the end of 2019. As you can see, large amounts of it have been covered in plastic or meshing so that the weeds are kept suppressed. There's compost heap and bucket and bin in the middle, some bolted flowers, but it would be a minimal effort in order to get started. You just need to lift the plastic, dig it over, add some fertiliser and away you go. This is plot 15B, the last one we will see on the tour today. It hasn't been worked for a good number of years, and as you can see, it is heavily covered in grass, although it does have fruit canes at the very end. It would take a substantial amount of work to get it cropping, and it does also suffer by being on the southern side of the site and shaded by very large trees during the summer. So there you go, that's all of the allotments that are free, a general view of the allotments, an idea of what it's like down here. So what happens next? Well, if any of the allotments take your fancy, make a note of the number, so 7A as an example, email Lynn Gardner telling her you'd like to take on the lease for that particular allotment, and then from there Lynn will sort all the paperwork and payments and everything out for you. The time frame, I'm not sure these days with COVID-19, but it generally all happens very quickly, and you could be down here within a week or two joining us for growing fruit and veg. Hope to see you soon down here on the allotments. Thank you.